Hi there, everyone. Today I'm going to talk to you about some beginning movements that you can practice with your horse if you are just starting to learn how to lunge, or if your horse is just starting to learn how to lunge, or maybe both of you are just starting to learn how to lunge. So a couple of different groundwork exercises that you should know before you get deep into lunging your horse are backing them up and doing the clock exercise. These two exercises are going to help you learn how to safely put your horse out on a lunge circle, okay? So I am going to demonstrate that for you. All you need to do this is a rope halter, a dressage whip, or if you want to use a lunge whip, you can, but because the rope halter is going to put your horse on a small circle, you don't really need a lunge whip. And another piece of equipment that you could use if you have one handy is a hula hoop. And the reason I suggest the hula hoop is because this clock exercise is going to demonstrate how a lot of horses like to lean on the forehand in order to sort of get out of the work. And when people are starting to learn this clock exercise, they often are so focused on the horse's legs that they don't notice that the horse is sort of pushing into them and pushing them backwards. So if you have a hula hoop, you can stand in it and make sure that your horse isn't moving you. So the idea is you want to move your horse and get the horse to go around a circle around you without you having to move too much. And that's going to carry through to when you're in full tack with a lunge line as well. You want to kind of try the best you can to stay put and have your horse moving around you. Okay, so I'm just going to demonstrate how I send the horse out onto a lunge circle. Okay, so hopefully you were able to see some of that, paying attention to my body language as well as my horse's body language, that I got the horse doing the clock exercise and crossing his hind legs around me before I sent him out onto the lunge circle. When I thought his legs were crossing over good and he was paying attention and he was not leaning on the forehand, and I just lifted my hand towards his eye, let the rope out longer, and let him go out onto a bigger circle. Okay, and then when I wanted to bring him in, I just turned his head in a little towards me, got those hind legs crossing again, and if you notice, my whip goes in front of his chest and down to the ground to ask him to stop. And at that point, I can have him back away from me a little bit and change direction. So if you need more explanation as to how to perform that clock exercise, I'm going to put a link below with a video, a longer video with a better, more detailed explanation as to how to perform that clock exercise. But go ahead and give that a try. And then once you feel more confident about getting them safely out onto the lunge circle where you you have control of their head and keep their head with you so that those hind legs can't get to you if they decide to get a little rambunctious and kicking or something fun like that. And just give that a try. When you feel confident, you can add a little bit of trot into it. When you're just working in the rope halter, remember the rope halter circles are small, so you don't want to do it for too long, okay? So just a little practice getting them out there, maybe a little walk trot. If your horse is really balanced, you could do a little bit of canter, but once you feel good about it, you can start adding tack and practicing with an actual lunge line and lunge whip. Okay, so I hope that was helpful for those of you who are learning how to lunge. Start there, take it slow. Lunging is a skill that takes a lot of coordination, so you want to be careful, you want to be safe. Practice that first and then move along from there. Okay, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next week.